Good evening to you. I hope your Thursday evening is fantastic so far. You're just in time for news tonight. We've got plenty lined up for you here tonight. Remember, you can interact with us at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms. But first, let's take a look at the highlights. An era as Nick Mwendwa is kicked out of Football Kenya Federation. Leaders engage in blame games over mayhem at Ruto's stopover in Kondele. Also tonight, county chiefs are set for devolution conference to be held at Makueni County. Welcome to the broadcast. Anwar Rimo is our sign language interpreter. I am Muthoni Maine. Now, Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed has disbanded Football Kenya Federation and appointed a caretaker committee to run football in the country for a period of 6 months. FKF President Nick Mwendwa has, however, rejected the takeover of the federation by the committee, vowing to remain in office.
On Monday, embattled Football Kenya Federation President Nick Mwendwa poked holes in the audit on the federation by Sports Registrar Rose Wasike under the instructions of Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed. Mwendwa accusing CS Amina of plotting to kick him out of office.
And I think, just wait, because what you asked.
The 42-year-old claimed that the plot by Amina was ill-intended, arguing that the federation had no financial blemish and had for the 5th year running received a clean bill of health from the world's football governing body, FIFA.
What I'm trying to say, Chair, is that normally when they don't fund, we don't just sit there. And that's why FKF has debt.
And what he prophesied has come to pass. On Thursday morning, after receiving the federation's audit report, Amina kicked out Mwendwa out of office by disbanding FKF.
This is my third minister. None of those ministers, including this one, until now, found it necessary to inspect FKF.
The former Education CS instead formed a 15-member caretaker committee chaired by retired Justice Aaron Ringera and gave it the mandate to run football affairs in the country for 6 months.
After 16 days of hard work, the task force appointed by the registrar delivered a report to her. The registrar, after going through the report, forwarded the same to my office with very clear recommendations. I have agreed to appoint a Football Kenya Federation caretaker committee comprising of the following for a period of 6 months.
In a press briefing Thursday afternoon, Mwendwa breathed fire, claiming he does not recognize Amina's decision and that he will remain in office together with his team that also includes Deputy Chairperson Doris Petra and CEO Barry Otieno.
Njia ya kuchukua federation sio kuchukua federation kuipatia marafiki zake. Waiendeshe, kuipatia opponents wetu wale walipata kura 2, kura 3, waiendeshe. It is very clear kuonyesha kwamba amechagua committee, tume-reject. Hakuna committee itaendesha football kwa sababu members wa football walituchagua tufanye hiyo kazi, tuendelea kuifanya. Football yetu yote itaendelea kuchezwa.
All eyes now shift on the federation, with Kenyans keen to see who will have the last laugh between Mwendwa and Amina in what now looks like a supremacy battle, and if FIFA will actualize its threat of banning Kenya due to the meddling of government in football matters. Dennis Otieno, TV47.
Thank you, Dennis, for that report. Now, the 26-year-old man who pleaded guilty to killing Machakos priest Michael Chengo in 2019 has been sentenced to 30 years in prison by the High Court in Embu. Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
On the night of October 8, 2019, this man, identified as Michael Mudinji, made headlines after reports established that he had hacked to death Michael Kiengo, who served as a Catholic priest. Today, Mudinji stood pensively on the dock as Embu High Court Justice Lady Lucy Njuguna read the sentencing.
And I find that the circumstances under which this offense was committed calls for a severe and deterrent sentence. I sentence the first accused person to serve 30 years in prison. And in sentencing the 30 years, I've already taken into account the time that he has spent in custody when before he was released on board and when we cancelled his board after he absconded.
Muthinji pleaded guilty to the offense, claiming that the priest sodomized him, allegations that were strongly opposed by the deceased family and friends.
We've known the priest. He has been an integrated person. We have known him where he was working, and we would appreciate that the judge did not go by the lie or the words which were used much later after he had submitted that he is the one who killed father.
Just getting a line of defense which ridicules a man of God. It is very unfair. You ridicule a man of God who is dead. Dead people don't answer, don't defend themselves. So lawyers at times, if you are picking on a line of defense, don't ridicule men of God, because you'll have a destiny with God.
The murder suspect alongside his co-accused Kavinya Mwangangi and Solomon Mutava were arrested at Kiboko Trading Center along Nairobi-Mombasa Highway in Kilifi County, driving the deceased vehicle.
He unjustly enriched himself with the money that he withdrew from the deceased M-Pesa and the bank accounts, which was done within 3 days. And within the 3 days, he had withdrawn a whopping 400,000. He also took into possession of the deceased motor vehicle and converted it into his own use.
Through his lawyer Karimi Gwantal, the accused confessed that in 2017, the priest, who was initially his mentor and paying for his school fees, had started making sexual advances towards him, hence pushing him to commit the murder. Elizabeth, Atieno TV 47.
Now, still on the corridors of justice, it has now emerged that the late Keroche heiress Tekra Muigai was with her lover Lali Omar on the night of her death. Chief Inspector of Police in the Tourist Police Unit, Evans Chair, told the inquest that the two indeed had lunch and dinner at a hotel in Lamu. Chair told the court that the two also took drinks during dinner and further produced 3 bottles of as exhibit. He further confirmed that the incident, which occurred on the 24th of April 2020, was not reported at any police station in Lamu. The hearing was adjourned until February 23rd and 24th, and Omar is yet to testify. Now on to political matters, as ODM boss Raila Odinga has distanced himself from yesterday's chaos that rocked DP William Ruto's visit in Kisumu. Odinga, who has not declared whether he will vie for the presidency come 2022, has also reiterated that he is not part of the government as claimed by his opponents.
A day after Deputy President William Ruto's motorcade was pelted with stones in Kondele, Kisumu County, the ODM boss and former Prime Minister has distanced himself from the chaos, blaming Ruto for uttering messages that led to the chaos.
Kama unaongea mambo ya Migori. Manake kama wewe mwenyewe unasema maneno ambayo wale wengine inakasirisha watu. Vijana wengine wanaweza kukasirika na waanze kufanya mambo zingine. Hiyo sio Raila ndiye watuma. Hapana. Hapana. Inategemea yale vile umeongea.
Mimi nataka niwaulize wale wamenunua vijana kupigana mawe. Shame on them.
Odinga, who was speaking at a local vernacular station, reiterated that he will not engage further on the matter. The ODM boss also rubbished claims by his opponents that the handshake deal between him and President Kenyatta has derailed the government's agenda as well as destroyed the ruling Jubilee Party.
Mimi sijaingia kwa serikali ya Jubilee. kama unasema serikali ya Jubilee, mimi yuko na cheo gani katika serikali ya Jubilee? Mimi sijakuwa katika serikali ya Jubilee. Ile handshake ilituliza, ikaleta amani.
Efforts to kick out Deputy President from the party are in top gear as the National Delegates Convention is set to have a meeting in 2 weeks' time. But a section of Deputy President William Ruto supporters has already vowed not to attend. Meanwhile, ODM boss Raila Odinga has faulted the rate of the country's financial borrowing, saying the state has borrowed more cash as compared to projects intended to be completed. Raila will be popularizing his candidature in Ukambani on Friday to sell his Azimio la Umoja rallying call. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, still on that Kondele mayhem, the United Democratic Party has accused Raila Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement Party for the chaos that disrupted Deputy President William Ruto's campaigns in Odinga's backyard. This as a section of leaders called for forgiveness and oneness amongst the political elite.
We want to tell the leaders who have organized young people to throw stones, shame on them.
Deputy President's hostile reception at Kondole in Kisumu County continues to draw mixed reactions from leaders across the political divide, while those supporting the second in command are concerned about his security.
Kenya ya kupigana mawe sio Kenya ambayo tunahitaji.
And the National Police Service is now their enabler. We call on Odinga to rein in his mobs and for once, let the country engage in peaceful campaigns ahead of next year's elections. We ask him to publicly declare that he will no longer use raw violence for political gain.
What happened in Kisumu is not acceptable by any standards. Perpetuates the culture of impunity.
His political opponents are reading from a different script altogether.
And tell Kenyans the truth. We are not going to have a leader who has stolen from us and is moving, mobilizing youth, giving some youth group, na pia anatembea na mikora ambayo inakoni yeye pesa. Alafu ikikoni yeye pesa, hawa makora ndio wanaorganize vijana, waharibu mkutano, ndio watoroke na hiyo pesa.
Mimi nataka niseme hivi.
Leaders from the North Rift Economic Bloc or NOREB, as well as the Interfaith Council of Kenya, also weighing in on the matter. Speaking in Cabinet, the Interfaith Council has warned that such a move is a recipe for violence, further cautioning that what the country witnessed in the 2007-2008 post-election violence cannot be ruled out if such a trend continues. Sentiments echoed by Baringo, member of the County Assembly, Ruben Chepsongol, as well as a section of residents.
Mimi nikiwa hapa mkaaji, hiyo maneno hapana. Sijaisikia wala sijaiona. Ile kitu
sasa Kenya ilifanyika jana Kondele, Kisumu huko, tukufurahia sisi kama watu wa Singishu. Sasa NCIC waingililie kati, waongelee hiyo maneno kwa sababu hatukufurahia.
Mambo ya vurugu ambapo kwamba yanatokea kila mwanasiasa akienda sehemu fulani, kunatokea rapsha, kunatokea vurugu fulani, wanaanza kusingiziana. Hayo mambo hatuyataki, yakomeshwe.
Meanwhile, UDA-affiliated members of parliament have turned their guns on Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai, accusing him of what they say is failing to provide adequate security to the second in command as he popularized his presidential bid in Kisumu on Tuesday. Grace Josephine reporting for TV47.
Thank you, Grace Josephine, for that report. Now it's time to take our very fast short break. We will be right back with a whole lot more. Do stay tuned.
Entrepreneurs are creatively grinding.
I started with a borrowed phone.
A borrowed phone?
Yeah, that could last 2 hours with charge.
We just have to do quality work for them.
To make their mark in an unpredictable market.
It was now going on a sales venture, looking for stockists, door to door.
On the grind, we bring you their stories so you can tell yours. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Men are known to be the pillars.
We're rising up together.
Say your point.
You need an alpha male now to come and help you and your girl.
Anaongea zero.
And women, they are the cornerstone that hold the pillars.
Don't be entitled. A man is peaceful, a man who's allowed to talk to a lady.
This November, the Men's Conference brings a cocktail of diverse ladies to weigh in on various matters.
Something I'd love more to see is men being able to exist as themselves.
Tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey, and for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone.
Welcome back to News Tonight. Now, Deputy President William Ruto has today reached the home stretch of his Nyanza County tour after conducting massive rallies in Homa Bay and Migori counties. While addressing Wananchi at different stops, Ruto reiterated his commitment to uplift the lowly through his bottom-up economic model. Ruto has also promised the creation of millions of jobs as well as an enabling environment to conduct business in the event he is elected the 5th president.
The Deputy President, who launched his charm offensive in Nyanza region counties today, finalized his regional tour by conducting rallies in Homa Bay and Migori counties, where he was received by mammoth crowds. Ruto, who popularized his proposed economic model, says the country does not have the luxury of time to amend the constitution, but race against time to provide job opportunities to millions of jobless Kenyans.
Wavuvi tuwasaidie wainuke na uvuvi yao. Tuinue hawa kutoka hapa chini. Yaani mnasema tuanzie hapa kwa bottom. Hapa bottom hapa. Mahali hawa vijana wako. Alafu tupande up. Yaani mnasema bottom alafu up. Yaani mnasema bottom up. Si nyinyi ndio mko na uwezo ya kuamua.
The second in command chided the Mount Kenya Foundation, who have been meeting presidential candidates for consultative meetings, adding that the next president will not be chosen from boardroom meetings, but the power to elect the next president lies in the hands of the electorate.
Kuna mtu mlituma Nairobi kwa niaba yenu aende afanyie watu interview. Nyinyi ndio kuamua ama wale wako kwa hoteli Nairobi? Si nyinyi ndio kuamua? Kama kuna interviews kila mtu akuja hapa afanyiwe interview na wananchi hawa.
Wakipewa mamlaka watatudhulumu zaidi.
Migori Governor Gotv, who was Ruto's host, lashed out at his party, the Orange Democratic Movement, saying its loyalists were attacking him for his association with the Deputy President. Obado says the ODM has now infiltrated the Jubilee Party and is now on its deathbed.
Wenye walikuwa wananilaumu ndio sasa wameingia ndani ya Jubilee kabisa, wameingia ndani mpaka wameharibu kila kitu.
The leaders also took time to weigh in on political violence, with several leaders having been met with hostile crowds while on the campaign trail. Mwangi Maina, TV47.
Thank you, Maina, for that report. Now, businessman turned politician Jimmy Wanjigi has condemned the chaos witnessed at Kondele yesterday, where the deputy president's entourage was stoned by residents while continuing his 3-day campaign period in Nyanza region. Speaking in Machakos after a meeting with the youth in the area, Wanjigi urged Kenyans to avert from attending political rallies if they are not interested in the manifesto of those campaigning, as each and every single politician has the right to push their 2022 agenda.
I am very angry about what was witnessed yesterday. This country is beyond that sort of politics. If you do not want to hear somebody speak, don't attend their function. But give them and protect their right to speak anywhere in this country whenever they want.
Yes.
You do not throw stones.
Exactly.
You don't even need to heckle. Just go away. Kama utaki kusikia. Everybody has the right to be heard anywhere in this nation. And the politics of any sort of violence is something of yesterday that is really primitive. And we must stop it. We must stop it completely. I apologize because you know that zone is a zone of ODM, of which I'm a strong member. I am sure those were not ODM members who did it. Those were individual thugs and individual people who decided that they are taking either a little money or matters into their own hands. That sort of intolerance is no longer going to be accepted in this nation. And we hope the police are going to catch those involved. We want to hear people condemn it all over the country.
On political matters, the Upya movement leadership from northeastern region has met the Mount Kenya Foundation to begin their stake in the next government if a candidate who wins will be the one backed by the foundation. The foundation has been touted to be influential in the country's leadership. The MKF has already met ODM leader Raila Odinga and One Kenya Alliance principals. Joash Ansare attended the function and now reports.
The Mount Kenya Foundation leadership on Tuesday convened a meeting with the Upya movement that is led by leaders from northeastern Kenya in Nairobi. The meeting comes weeks after the foundation hosted ODM leader Raila Odinga and One Kenya Alliance members to chart the political future of the Mount Kenya region. The foundation's vice chair, Peter Ibui, has stated that the meetings are a continuity of the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former Premier Raila Odinga.
Our message this afternoon is how do we bond together? This is a journey we are starting, the journey of unity, the journey whereby we have a dialogue on see how we work together, we reduce insecurity amongst ourselves, we reduce corruption.
Treasury CS Ukuru Yatani says the arid and semi-arid areas are a bloc focused on being key in making decisions in the top leadership of the country in the upcoming general election.
We used to join you with you in a political formation. We are very keen to join you in a political formation, in alliance where we have a stake and space on the high table.
Aturudi rivers na sisi si watu wa kununuliwa na shilingi 5. Tumesema 1 kilometer 1 shilling. Twendeni pamoja.
Further, Upya movement has said if they agree to work with the Mount Kenya Foundation that has been termed as an influential group in the Mount Kenya region, they will support a preferred presidential candidate by the region to form the next government.
This is our country. Yes, we have a voice. We have a big stake. And we want to be at that table that's going to make the decision. That we are indeed determined to break the retrogressive cycle that keeps us as the region on the margins and prepare to play a visible role that will make us an important cog in the national discourse of this country.
As the mountain continues to be divided as we head to the next polls, northeastern leaders have called on leaders from the region to clean up the mountain, saying it appears untidy.
Tuko nyuma ya President Uhuru mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Milima, endeni mkae chini, murudishe umoja wa Kenya.
Our region has been a bit untidy. And we are cleaning up. We are looking forward to the National Delegates Conference that is coming up on the 30th of this month. And we assure you we'll clean up our party. On that part, we assure you. We also assure you will see us doing a lot of work to consolidate our region. I know there's been this feeling that that region belongs to somebody else. It has never gone to anybody else. It still belongs to Uhuru Kenyatta. We assure you of that.
with the Mount Kenya Foundation from the Mount Kenya region convening various meetings with presidential aspirants and political movements from various regions. Kenyans will be looking forward to see how the political scene is shaping before the 2022 general election. Joash Onsare, TV 47, Safari Park, Nairobi.
Thank you, Ansari, for that report. Now, a woman who is believed to be the owner of thousands of already used bullet cartridges has been taken into police custody with investigations probing a number of rogue officers from Baringo who are suspected to be involved in the case underway by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. Addressing the press on the General Security of Rift Valley, Regional Commissioner George Natembeya pointed out that they already have names of the rogue officers. Meanwhile, in the region, normalcy had returned in Olmoran, with residents going back to their homes as 80% of illegal herders had been flushed out of conservancies and ranches.
Risasi ambayo yalipatikana katika sehemu ya Langalanga upande wa katika mji wa Nakuru juzi. Yale maganda mengi ilikuwa ile inaitwa blanks. Kuna kijana mmoja alishikwa, alipelekwa kotini jana, akasomea mashtaka na akakuwa released on bond, lakini bado amepewa masharti ya kupiga ripoti kwa CID. Alafu pia kuna mama mmoja tumemshika, na yule mama ndio huwa anarokota hizo vitu, hizo spent cartridges, alafu anakuja anauzia hiyo kijana. Yule mama pia ameshikwa, na hivi leo niko na hakika kama hajapelekwa, hivi karibuni atapelekwa kotini pia kwenda kujibu mashtaka. Kipi ambayo imekuwa ni epicenter ya bandit activities for about over 5 months now. Yale mambo ambayo yalikuwa yanafanyika nje ya Laikipia Nature Conservancy, basically tumemaliza, na life imeanza kurudi, watu wanaendelea na maisha yao. Wale ambao walikuwa displaced because of fear wakaenda Olmorani town, wamerudi mashambani, wamerudi nyumbani. Kuna wale ambao nyumba zao zilikuwa zimeharibiwa, there were about 29 of them. Serikali inajenga hizo nyumba, tunaendelea kujenga, hatujamaliza, but we are basically reconstructing. Shule zime resume vizuri.
Now it's time to take yet another short break. Keep your feedback humming at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms. The hashtag is News Tonight. We will be right back with you.
Entrepreneurs around the country are creatively grinding.
I started with a borrowed phone.
A borrowed phone?
Yeah, that could last 2 hours with charge.
We just have to do quality work for them.
To make their mark in an unpredictable market.
It was now going on a sales venture, looking for stockists door to door.
On the grind, we bring you their stories so you can tell yours. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Men are known to be the pillars.
We're rising up together.
Say your point.
You need an alpha male now to come and help you and your girl.
Anaongea zero.
And women, they are the cornerstone that hold the pillars.
Don't be entitled. A man is peaceful, a man knows how to talk to a lady.
This November, the Men's Conference brings a cocktail of diverse ladies to weigh in on various matters.
Something I'd love more to see is men being able to exist as themselves.
Tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey, and for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone is talking about.
This is the only show where we keep it authentic. We share our lifetime experiences, and you know what? Tell every person that you can turn your pain into power.
Join Joy Irongo on Night 10 as we take the brave step of sharing.
The road to 2022 is becoming tougher.
Nyuma ya wheelbarrow kuna economic model.
And trickier with each passing day.
Niliwaambia washushe chini bei ya mafuta.
Political aspirants in a dilemma whether to change allegiance or not.
How has Raila and the handshake made Jubilee lose focus?
You've seen Raila Odinga flying military choppers.
Our people have never been called to Uhuru Park to unite. They have always united out of their own volition.
Reduce your madness.
Kenyans are suffering.
Would it be fair to conclude?
I don't want your station to be sued. That Jubilee government has never been able to sponsor any successful project.
Every Monday at 9:30 p.m., Pundits Night brings you inclusive and candid conversations with the pundits. We say disability is not inability.
Our impairment are not disability.
Welcome back. Now, Olmoran residents in Laikipia County are set to reap big from a major facelift of the town aimed at creating an environment that is conducive to doing business, among other investments. And as Mike Kagongo reports, Laikipia Governor Ndiritu Mureithi has launched the facelift program that will ensure rehabilitation of roads in the area, cabro paving, drainage, and upgrading of Olmoran Health Center.
The facelift comes as the area continues to enjoy moments of normalcy, as the government heightened its security operations in the area to weed out bandits who have been terrorizing residents. According to Governor Ndiritu Mureithi, the facelift mainly involves road rehabilitation, cabro paving and drainage, modern markets, eco toilets improvement, and upgrading of Olmoran Health Center.
Hapa chini ukarabati na ujenzi wa shule ya Mirigwit Primary ambaye darasa moja lilikuwa limeteketea moto, lile ujenzi wa lile darasa umekamilika.
Speaking at Olmoran Trading Center after a joint meeting with other key players, the governor said the government will ensure construction of major road networks to ease movement and transportation of farm produce. However, he urged the government to construct houses for newly deployed government officers, saying this is an opportunity to tap on new investment and reap big from initiatives.
The new sub-county has created opportunity, for example, in housing. We were just observing that right now, probably upwards of 50 senior government officers require housing here in Olmoran town.
The rehabilitation and upgrading of Olmoran Health Center is underway and is expected to help residents who are forced to travel for long distances to seek for medical services.
Maono yetu ni kwamba kwenda mbele tutaanza kuleta medical officers huku, hata kwanza pia kukuwe na specialist clinics huku, ili kuhakikisha kwamba wale wagonjwa ambao wanatoka hapa wanapata ile huduma ambayo tunaita kwamba ni comprehensive healthcare katika hii hospitali yetu ya LHS Olmoran.
However, though normalcy is slowly returning in the area, cases of insecurity have been reported in the area. On Wednesday, 4 security officers, among them 2 GSU officers and 2 KDF soldiers, were shot dead within the ranch as the security personnel engaged bandit in a fierce shootout near Kamwenje Police Command Center.
Lakini kuna team ambazo ziko huko, tunaendelea kuongeza hizo team huko. We believe maybe in another 1 month or so, ile kazi ambayo wanafanya because wanafanya usiku na mchana, tutakuwa tumeclean up hiyo mahali wale wa jamaa watoke.
It is an incident that has been condemned by a section of leaders from the area who have urged the government to ensure that bandits are wiped out from the area.
Area hii haiko sawa na tunataka ulinzi uongezwe. Waziri Matiang'i ajue ya kwamba amani bado haijarejea.
Hizo shida zenye zilikuweko saizi tunaona zimeanza kupungua,
sababu tayari mkiangalia hospitali imeanza kupanuka, na hiyo hospitali inasaidia watu kutoka mbali, Lonyek, wapi, Spiri.
Mike Kagwongo, TV 47.
Now, women in Kiambu County have today received an economical boost after a non-governmental organization donated chickens to their poultry farming business. Catherine Wimbley tells us more.
After months of seeing their business through hard economic times, women from Kiandu Tutu slums in Thika, Kiambu County have today received 100 chickens for their poultry business from a well-wisher.
Tulikuwa tunasave tu kidogo. Tukaanza na kusave na huko kwa jago, na tena tukaweka kamradi kingine ya Kamili Golaud ya kusaidiana kama wamama.
The women started a group dubbed Sunshine to advance their financial independence goals by merging their individual poultry business. Then COVID-19 pandemic hit, striking a major blow to their venture. But today, the group has received 100 healthy chickens and a chance at a flourishing farming business.
Tuko na type mbili za kuku, ya tumefunga za broiler na layers.
With the proceeds from the poultry business, the women say they are not just able to contribute to household budgets, they have even bigger plans.
Tunataka hizi pesa tutakuwa tukisanya kwa kuku, tunaweza tukasave na tuingilie mambo kubwa kubwa. Tunaweza tukanunua hata mashamba, tujikuze akina mama, tununue ploti zetu.
Wale ambao wameshikana wote, tafadhali tuite, tuko hapa Thika, tutakuja na tutaweza kuwasaidia.
Catherine Achieng Wimbley, TV 47.
Now, the Council of Governors on Thursday discussed on the modalities of executing the 7th Annual Devolution Conference. The Council of Governors, together with stakeholders from the government and private sector, met in Nairobi to discuss on the execution of the conference that will take place in Makueni Boys High School from 23rd to 26th November. The conference will majorly focus on the effects of climate change and ways of ensuring a healthy environment for living creatures. Those who will be attending the conference will be required to be fully vaccinated.
Full might of the UN system together. So you can continue to on the devolution agenda over the last and that was an opportunity to drive and give acceleration to this.
Everyone has recognized the really important work that governors have done over the last 10 years.
Discuss on matters that really concern the communities, the citizens.
This particular conference is a conference that is coming out on the heels of the Glasgow conference. You do know that our president himself has pronounced himself on the decarbonization program that was discussed in Glasgow. You do know that he has also indicated the full support and transition to clean energy by 2030 as a country. And those are some of the things that we are going to discuss in Makueni, the implementation modalities of ensuring that subnational governments are able to be part and parcel of the whole process of climate change.
Execution of the 7th Annual Devolution Conference. The agencies on board and involved in the planning of the conference include the Council of Governors, the Presidency, the Ministry of Devolution, the Senate, Ministry of Environment and Forestry, the Ministry of Health, the County Assemblies Forum, development partners, civil society organizations, and private sector players. The conference shall adopt a dialogue approach through panel discussions, followed by plenary engagements, which will consist of 5 sessions in the main plenum and 14 sector breakaway session. Number 2, pre-conference activities. The Ministry of Health and the Council are working towards ensuring strict adherence of the COVID-19 protocols. To actualize this, the Council of Governors, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, will roll out vaccination drive at the Council's offices from 16 to 18 November 2021 to ensure that all registered delegates are fully vaccinated.
Now it is time to shift the focus into the world of sports with the Dapper man himself, Dennis Otieno. And in regards to looking dapper, I believe that today is definitely a red day, a fair night. Now, over to you, Dennis.
Well, indeed, Muthoni Maina, it is a red affair day. Well, for us, it might be just apparel, but for officials in the FKF, that is the Football Kenya Federation, it is,